We're here at the Multicultural Center, Multicultural Hub, first day of the 2012 African Leadership Development Program from the African Think Tank, and we've got Dr. Berhan with us. Dr. Berhan, tell us, what do you think of this new round of the leadership program?
Well, this is a continuation of what was happening, and we see progress in our community, and it's always good for us to measure progress. Leadership is not about just embedding people in the system, how the system is working, how the leaders are performing. To be fair to the whole system, the leadership that we trained have produced so much, but for us, we're not measuring it, and we're not acknowledging that. So what I see now for us is we will have an alumni type things from this leadership training. We will connect and progress with them. African Think Tank also need to see that filling the gap in the community, what is missing there and what is there that we can train next time, because training is one thing, but identifying the gap that leadership requires. So as a community, we are progressing well, and this leadership is the best example. But the more we refine in the future, the better it helps, because our community needs a wide spread of leadership. It's not leadership just within the community. We need leadership within our neighborhood, leadership within our youth, leadership within our families, because we're getting through many crises as new settlers. Imagine a family going through crisis. Imagine community going through crisis. Imagine our misunderstanding between us and the mainstream in our locality happens. How do we handle this? What sort of leadership we need? How this leadership can be helpful not only to the community but to the neighborhood, that they can see as we are offering. We are part in the whole process. So this leadership is a milestone in our achievement, and I am sure these current leaders will be spread right through the system and will be the best examples of our ATT leadership.
What would you like to see at the end of this? This is the third year, and obviously the program is funded for another 2 years, so we can see already some sort of achievement there. But what would you like to see at this stage with this specific program at the end of it? What would you like to see?
Well, this is exactly what I was dreaming to see, because how the community see this leadership training. It's critical that we need to get feedback from our community, how they seeing us. It's always good for us to see them and give our opinions, but how are they giving their opinions? So what is missing is in this, and this is what the leadership training has to bring, is how the community see this. What's the community perceiving about this, and how can we change that wrong perception, if there is, or if it's positive, how we can cultivate and increase the potential of it.
And what message specifically have you got to those young leaders out there, or potential leaders, or current leaders, because this is about leadership and the focus has to be all across the community to improve the leadership practice. What message specifically have you got for them?
Well, look, our community is going through struggle, be it refugee, migrants, and whatever, because the culture, the system is different. Leadership is now critical in our communities, because our young, if they fail now, they fail forever. We are the future custodians that we need to cultivate them now in taking that role. If this leadership has to look into the future, is how do we cultivate and give potential our youth and our young generation to take the right path, so in 5-10 years from now we will have best educated, highly qualified, embedded in the stream. One thing we all have to think here is we are all Africans. You and me walking on the street, no one will say where you country, whatever. Africa, yes, black Africa, that's it. So while that name unites us, let's make the most of it. Let's not put barriers that we've got in our heads on the streets. Does not work here. So one of my message for this leadership and for the broader community is, let us work together. We have got a strong potential for the future to make this country look good and Africa look good. And the best example we can take is the Jewish community. The strength of the Jewish community in Australia helps Israel wherever. 5 million against 300 million Arabs, they can stand proud. Africa as a continent, we can make it proud from here as well. So it is not that we need to go there physically to change it, but intellectually, with our ability and skills, we can contribute to our continent. But first and foremost, we need to build it here.